tiniest dogs making the biggest racket. Isn't that always the case? Crazy. I found a fascinating new toy I wanted to tell you about. It's not so much a toy, it's more something along the lines of a productivity tool. I think that's what they call it. I came across this 3, 4, maybe 5 years ago when Julia did some user testing for Cash. Those are little freelance projects that she got, and she had to kind of work through a software and tell the developers, this is working well, this is not working well, this is what I understood, this is what I didn't understand. And then she got cash for it. It was kind of a nice little gig. I think it's now gone away. I don't know what happened to it. It's called user testing, and there was another company. Yes, those two things. Anyway, and one of the products she had to test was an iOS version of something called Trello, Trello. And she told me about it, and it was kind of in the back of my mind, oh, yeah, maybe I need to check that out. They do have a web version as well. I think in that case it was particularly about the iOS version when that came out. So it's been around for a while, and it's been bought, I don't know how recently, but it has been bought by Atlassian. That's the company that make the Confluence content management system, if you're familiar with that. So Atlassian owns it. It's a thing called Trello, and it's something that lets you keep track of the various stages of projects. And this is something that I really needed. I tried it out a couple of days ago, and it is in my nature that I have so many ideas and so many various projects on the go at the same time that I do frequently lose track of where am I in the development process of whatever it is. Could be software, could be a plugin, could be a writing project, could be a creative animation 3D project, even just a kind of a software workflow project. Could be my Amazon reviews, which are there are so many. I never know which product has been ordered, reviewed, needs to be posted, has been paid, and all that. So I needed a system that just keeps track of it, and it needed to be very simple. And there's several of them out there. There's Asana, there's the something with Cabana style, whatever, I don't know. And there's Trello, and there's probably many others. And Trello is free. That's free to use. You can pay money for other, I don't know, things or whatnot, but the free version is totally adequate. And it allows you to make several lists on which you add items, and in these items you can then set whatever you like. So that sounds really mad and abstract, but it means you can make it as complex or as simple as you'd like it to be. So what I commonly do is I keep track of things on a regular reminders list on my phone, just a regular tick box list. And I used to use that system in my P2 theme in WordPress as well. You just make little items, and when they're done you tick them, and then they're crossed out. So that's the simple way of doing it. And you can then hide things that are crossed out and whatnot. But that's just a list, really. Sometimes you want to set something other than a Boolean description to an item. So an item on a list can either be crossed out or can be not crossed out. Those are the only two states, but sometimes you need more than those two states. So like in my case of the Amazon reviews, there is a product. Have I ordered the product? Am I interested in the product? Have I ordered the product? Have I tested the product? Have I taken screenshots of the product? Have I written about the product? Then have I posted the thing? And did I get money to do the review or whatever the deal was? Has that happened? So those are like 6 various stages of the same thing. So what Trello then allows you to do is you can create a board which has these several lists in there. So one list being, product ordered, and another list would be product reviewed, and another list would be product review posted. And you can shift the item on that list. You can have as many items as you want on a list, and you can easily then go and shift that from one list to another, giving it a different status. So that's really nice. So if I had another simple example would be if I had my animation, or if I had a 3D object that I wanted to create and eventually sell on the Dash store or wherever, then it needs to be built. So there has to be that thing that I'm making, say a coffee mug, that needs to be built. So I could be on the 3D made list, then it could be on the UV unwrapped list, and then on another one would be it's now textured list, and then it could be I've now set up the materials list. So that's a very cool way of keeping track of not just one project, one product, or one object that I'm building there. Maybe for my scene I need to build 20 or 50 or 100 items in my project. So I can create those accordingly and then shift them from one list to another depending on which stage of the development process they are in. So that's very cool. I found that really helpful, and I've only just looked into it, but I can already see the potential there. And I'm going to use that more often and integrate that more into my workflow. Perhaps it'll help me be more productive with my videos, like what I talked about in a previous video about the various videos that I want to make for the DAS Studio 101 series. And with a list system like that, I could say that's the idea for a video, and then another stage of that, another list would be have I rehearsed it, researched it, written it, and then another idea would be, another list would be to have I recorded it, then have I edited it, and then have I posted it, and where have I posted it. So those are the things that are very helpful to do. And then within an item that you set, so that you've done an item that you can swap from one list to another, you can then set other parameters that make comments, you can set labels, you can attach pictures to it so that it reminds you of what it is that I'm actually working on. It's a very, very cool system. Trello, check it out. There's a link in my description there. If you sign up via that, I believe I get a 1 month free of what they call Trello Gold, which allows you to, I don't know, customize things more. I got the first month for free, and it's not actually that breathtaking, I must say, but you know, every little helps. So if you do decide to sign up, there's a link in the description, and I get, I think, a month free Trello Gold, which is the equivalent of, I think, $5 or so inside the program. Have a look. Maybe this is going to increase your productivity as well. Oh yeah, the other thing that's very cool is you can do this collaboratively. You can have more than one person on one board. You can even have a small team of people who then all have access to the boards of that team. So you can do collaboratively work on a project. So maybe if we stick with the 3D metaphor again, maybe you're not the texture artist, you might be the 3D modeler, and you build the project, the product, you maybe do the UV unwrapping, and somebody else is going to do the texturing, but they can then put that, set that, move that in their own time, and you then as the administrator can have a look at which stage of the development process has my team currently made that happen. So that's another very cool thing that you can do with Trello. So I'm just thinking out of the box in regards to collaboratively working, as we have already started on Discord. Discord integration isn't possible actually, but Slack integration is possible. Slack, Dropbox, Google Drive can all be integrated with Trello. So that makes it a very fascinating little productivity tool. Maybe it'll be useful. I think it might keep me on track, help me be more productive, and maybe it'll do the same for you. Have a look at it and let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe we'll be collaboratively Trelloing together in the near future, who knows?